Welcome to Carter's Retro Reviews. Today we're reviewing A Christmas Nights for the Sega Saturn. Now, before we review this, I just want to go through what I want for Christmas this year. I want some anal beads and a fleshlight. Wait, maybe not the anal beads. No. Just the fleshlight. I'm happy with that. The reason why I want it is to replace the old one, which is already busted. Fleshlight the third, how I'm gonna miss you. If you've never played Nights of the Dreams, this review is going to be at the very least confusing. And to be fair to me, this review was originally done around Christmas time to fit in with the seasonal theme. Chronologically, this is a fucking disaster because I never covered off the original game on my channel. But enthusiasts and those well versed in the console will already be caught up. To those who've never heard of the Sega Saturn, it was a console released in the mid-90s that spawned a particularly creative title, Nights into Dreams. And the thing is, you don't even have an excuse not to play it, unless of course you don't own an Xbox 360, a Sega Saturn, PlayStation 2 or PC, because the game was released in some form or fashion on all four. It was created by the Sonic team, who were clearly busy doing heavy drugs during this period of existence. They were done with Sonic, and when the Saturn didn't come out with any Sonic flagship, people were getting really fucking worried. And understandably too. Instead, they gave the world Nights. What it did show was something more interesting than that. A company who were prepared to take risks. I mean, it didn't pay off in the long run. I mean, look at them now, developing shitty games for consoles I have no emotional connection to. They cashed in a blue hedgehog for a person in a purple suit with a jester hat that flies. Now, take into consideration, back in the day they used to have magazines with bonus discs on them. One year they released Christmas Nights, which was a 2-level game. They also gave it away free with other Saturn games like Daytona USA Championship Circuit Edition. The game uses the Saturn's internal clock to change elements of the game according to the date and time. In November and January, the title screen labelled Nights Limited Edition is changed to Winter Nights, with the lush greenery of the environment being replaced by white snow. During December, Christmas Nights mode is activated, resulting in further Christmas-themed alterations, such as item boxes becoming Christmas presents, Nightopians dressed in elf costumes, and Christmas trees being replaced by Idea, is that how you pronounce it? Fuck. Idia captures. None of this matters to me in Australia, since the closest to snow we get is 2 months of the year titled winter, which suggests cold weather when in fact the best it can muster is not fucking hot. Maybe for a week I might even consider wearing a jumper. Both menu and in-game presentation is really, really good. Colours, font, layout, all really great. It looks great, and right off the bat, the ability to change a few basic things like the title based on time really goes a far way. It's the sign of a quality product, but I think it's safe to say that we can owe all of that to the game that this was all spawned from. But, as a demo, it's off to a really, really great start. Graphically, this is top rate. I wouldn't expect anything less from the Sonic team though. The detailing is very well done, colours are bright, absolutely little to no dithering, smooth frame rate and good animation. Sound is really nice, adding to the game in a big way with a festive tune that doesn't really grind on you like a Nickelback song. Gameplay is identical to the original Nights game. If you're not familiar, one mechanic they give you is the roof and a floor and allow you to flow freely between the two by giving you a clear indication on where you need to be. The controls are better with the 3D controller, which is only sold as an optional extra. The regular control feels okay to play, but you only need a minute or two to realise that this was designed with the 3D controller in mind. The whole idea, from what I can gather, is you fly around and collect these ball things in the fastest time. And you can fly around 360 to collect a group of balls without having to collect each one individually, on top of flying through a maze and checkpoints. Replayability is really something you might come back to annually if you're hard up for something to play at Christmas time, as it is 2 levels. Or maybe it becomes a festive tradition, as I'm sure it would take literally 10 minutes to barrel through once you've mastered both levels. Would I recommend it? Yeah, I would. It It can always be found cheaply in the wild, and it's always a neat extra to have. I mean, I wouldn't see it as an absolute must-have, but if I see it in someone's collection, it's still good enough to pull out and play at Christmas.